Wait, welcome back to Copperhead Customs. New episode, 39 Bedford. Yes, 39 Bedford, $5,000 build. Are you serious? 5 grand? Yeah, I'm serious. So, if you're new to the channel, go down there, see the other 19 videos that are on this, and we have other projects too. 1940 Chev, Pontiac Star Chief 54, we've got a 70 Pontiac, we've got a 28 Oakland, we've got a 34 Ford pickup. Oh, I don't know, there's some others that I've forgotten about. And there's another 10 on the list as well. If you've been kicking around, you'll know exactly what's going on and where we're at. And yeah, if you've seen the last episode, in the last episode we finally had success with that brake pedal. We've got a nice little brake pedal. In this episode though, what we're planning, we don't like setting plans here because it normally goes all stupid, but we're going to try to attempt, that should be what, we're not going to have a plan, we're going to attempt, that's a better way of doing it, isn't it? We're going to attempt to work on this. So we're going to attempt the center console, but first we've got this big stinking gap here, yeah? So normally, back in the old days, this was a piece of hardwood that went through here. Big, thick, stupid piece of hardwood. And it was like basically like part of the support of the cab. So we're not putting wood in that, are we? Because, you know, it's not what we do. So what we are going to do is put some metal through there. I've got some plate that we're going to put in. So we're going to run some plate through there. We've got this handbrake here, which is out of one of our other cabs up the top that we're going to mount. It will be obviously a bit higher. And then we're going to put some wood around this shifter. We're going to make a little cup holder type arrangement at the front, and I think we're going to put a piece of wood at the back, and I'm thinking maybe a piece of horizontal wood there, and then the shifter will sit above it. Not the shifter, the handbrake lever will sit just above that piece of wood. A piece of wood over there, horizontal is what I'm thinking, and then a vertical piece, and it'll be like a little cup holder, phone holder arrangement, sort of something there. I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm still going to end up with a hole at the back where that has to go through the handbrake. But was I about to say plane? That's what we're going to attempt. That's what we're going to attempt to do. So what I've done is I've got this. This is one of our plates. So what have we got here? About it's probably 3 mil, 2.5, 3 mil plate. It's got a bit of sturdiness to it, so that'll be good enough to bolt, be strong enough to bolt that handbrake to. So as you can see, I've got 3 lines marked at 3.5 inches. And yeah, so we're going to cut that first, then we're going to put them in, mark them, drill, like they're going to have to be curved and notched out, and there's going to be a fair bit of stuffing around in this, a lot of cutting, a lot of grinding. And that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So, alright. See what we can do. Alright, we're back. I just, you've seen I started cutting the pieces for the inside, yeah? And then I quickly jumped onto this because my mate's got a little tool to try to put this body line in, so I just wanted to try something. So I've had a fair few of you saying that you want me to do the patch with the stitch technique that I spoke about, and that you don't like the signs. Well, personally I like the signs, so I just quickly made that up. so that I could put this body line in it, but I've put it on, I don't like it. So there's some thoughts, right? Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it off. I'm actually going to throw a bit of brown paint on it and a bit of black paint and do my little technique with the water and try to make it look a bit older. I'll put it back on, right? And have another look. And then I still don't think I'm going to like it, 2, 3. Then we'll cut it back here, because now, so the reason I've done this full length is, I'll take it off and show you. I might as well just take it off and show you. So this is what we're working with. Excuse me, frog in my throat. Here's what we're working with, yeah? So we've got the back here is like roached out, right? So that's what that number plate, we'll find the number plate. Now, with the number plate, I had a bloke from Victoria reach out about the number plate, saying you'll get in trouble about having the number plate. Well, if I left it like that, yeah, I probably would. But my plan was to, let's just grab, what do we got here? I just need something. Let's just grab this sign here, for argument's sake. Now, the signs I had sitting on there weren't going to be the signs that were going to be used, right? This number plate would have been, because I bent it up. But my plan was basically, sorry about the dodgy camera work there, but it was basically going to be, this is just for showing you, I was going to be covering it up. So it wasn't going to be a full-blown number plate. You know, there would have been parts, you know, covering parts of it, so that you know, so it would have been like this, you know, like that's sort of covered, or that there's got a piece of metal on it as well, you know, so it's not a full-blown number plate. So I do understand what he was saying to me, that he said he had a number plate on his dash and he got in trouble with the coppers. So he said, you'll probably get in trouble running number plates on the outside of your car. Well, yeah, I do agree with that, and but yeah, the plan was always that I was going to sort of have them, I've got a frog in my throat, sorry. Was I was going to somehow have a little bit of it covered. But, so just explaining that. Now, regardless of what way we go, we need to get this, we need to get a body line. So even if it's in this number plate, I still need to get that body line in. Or this, but I don't actually like this, right? I actually really don't. So what I was rambling on about was the number plate covered the bad roached out bit, okay? Yeah? But you can see here it's still eaten along this edge. Okay, so I did a full length piece, like something like that, yeah, to cover the whole lot. I just do not like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint. We're going to spray some water on this. Then we're going to put some brown paint, and we'll keep spraying waters, and we'll put a bit of black on, and we'll, you know how we do it. We rub it off, sand it off. We'll do all that. We'll try to make it look old. We'll clamp it back on and have another look. I still don't think I'm going to like it, to tell you the truth. And then we'll actually chop it. We'll chop it down, yeah? So it's the same sort of size as that. And we'll do that little piece and see what we think of that. So yeah, so far, no one really likes the number plates, except for me. I actually, don't like the signs. No one likes the signs on the bonnet, but I do. End of the day, it's my carpet. So let me just fill you in on my thought process. So I can't even show you inside because the floor's been taken out. So the thought process was, because as you can see, I actually had a proper floor done too, yeah? Well, I did a proper floor, but then I didn't like the look of that either, and so I put all the signs on it. And my thought process was, the look what I was going for was, the floors had rusted out, for argument's sake, say, which they haven't, but so the floors had rusted out back in the old days. And Joe Blow, because this is just Joe Blow's hack car, what he did is he just grabbed a sign, whatever he could find, a street sign, an advertising sign, a beer sign, a whatever, a car sign, whatever he found on the side of the road, threw them in his floor and stuck some rivets in it. So that was the look that I was trying to replicate, okay? I wasn't going for the full-blown, all nice, neat number plates and that everyone does. That's not what I was going for. I just had mismatched signs thrown in, all different angled, just to show, just to be that Joe Blow just did a real quick repair on the side of the road, or one Saturday arvo, he's taking his missus out for dinner and the floor was rusted out, so he threw a sign in and stuck some pop rivets in. So that was the look that I was going for. That was my explanation of the look that I was going for. And well, honestly, that's what Joe would have done on his bonnet too. When his bonnet roached out, he just would have grabbed whatever he found and stuck it on and pop riveted it. So that just explain where my thought process is with the signs on the bonnet. Okay, so the boss doesn't like the signs on the bonnet. My mate doesn't like them. A few other subscribers I don't think like them either. Everyone wants to see that technique I spoke about doing the stitches. The sew looking stitches. Now, I didn't really want to do that technique on this car, on the Bedford, okay, because I want to do that technique on my Oakland, okay, and I don't like, it's nearly like a theme, yeah, it's like each build has a bit of a theme, is how I sort of try to build them, right? So the theme, that was my theme with this, is it was like a quick, easy, dodgy repairs done, even though they're done properly. But that was what my theme was with this. And the theme on the Oakland is going to be another rat rod, but I'm going to do those sew stitches on that. That's what I'm going to. That car's going to have them all over the joint. Okay. This one here, I think this one will probably get carpet in it. Like, in the Chevy, like, is what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna do this one nice and then put carpet in it. I don't like mismatching my themes. See, so on here we have a repair. See, we have a repair, which was a ratty weld. Now that ratty weld's done deliberately to look ratty. Same up the top. See, we did up the top. We just did little rowdy little tacks, and we did the same on the insides of the guards, or if you remember, you go back, see the early episodes. So I haven't run the stitch technique on this car, and that's why I'm trying to not, I know I did suggest it, but I'm trying to not do that technique if I can avoid it. But it's not just that. It's not that I don't really want to do that technique on this car. It is the fact that I've put that piece on and I did not like it. Straight away I just said, that looks horrid. To me that looks like bleh. So I showed the boss. She wasn't a fan, but she does not like the number plates at all. Take the sign. It doesn't have to be number plates either, remember? It doesn't have to be number plates. It can be any signs that I dig up. That was just what I had laying in front of me. Those few signs I stuck on there were just the 4 I had out that I didn't have to go searching for anything. I just put them on, so they were just put there for my visual. That wasn't the end result of what was going where. That was just put there for a visual for me. Okay, just like what we're doing now. I'm trying to just get the visual of what I like, and so far I don't like it. Now that is what she also agreed. She didn't like this because it looks too new. So she said, do it out of some rusty metal. I don't really have anything, so we're going to try to make that look rusty, and we'll stick it back on. I said it to my mate, and he loves it. So it's still personal preferences, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's what I've got to be happy with. Okay, so I don't know. Jury's still out. I'm going to do a couple more tweaks on it. I just thought I'd catch up and let you know what I'm doing. I'll do a couple quick tweaks on it with some paint, some water. We'll throw it back on. I'm just going to leave you in time lapse while I do it, even when I show it on there. Unless I'm happy with it, I'm just going to leave you on time lapse, put it on, show you, then I'll pull it back off if I'm not happy, and I'll chop it down smaller, put it back on, and then I'll come back and talk to you. All right? Reaper. See, I'm a little bit flat now, aren't I? After doing that, I'm a little bit. Anyway, Reaper. We're still working on the floor.
You can see the writing on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just get buying everything. See you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight, gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah that's all great, but I also want a future where I'm okay. Living life is doing lots of cocaine. Wait no, it's living with no shame. Wait no, it's sleeping in on Sundays. I guess it's different for each of us and that's okay. Well I just wanna be happy, how to get there? Glad that you asked me. I think it's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome. But try to do what you love when it's said and done. Cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, it's the next day, and you've seen a bit on time lapse. So what we have done is, we have welded this in. That was just a water bottle because there's still a little piece of wood under here, a little bit, and it was starting to smoke up a bit. So yeah, you seen we cut a couple of these. These are, I don't know, 2-3 mil. I'm not quite sure, but they're strong as. So we're going to be able to drill through. We put a little notch there, and we've left this little hole here. Oh. And that will go like that. Boom, bolted in, bang bang, perfection. Okay, so that's going to be the handbrake bolted in. We haven't done that yet. Now so we cut these little pieces, and in the corner there, if you're wondering what I did there, I used, I just got a piece of paper and made a little template for the corner, and then traced it on, cut it, trimmed it, rah. The welding's a bit ordinary because, if you've heard me earlier, the welder I've got is, I don't know, there's something wrong with it. I don't know if it needs a new lead or if it just needs to be thrown in the bin and buy a new one. Honestly. Yeah, some bloke ripped me off bad on that. He knew there was something wrong with that welder. So I'm actually running gasless wire because it's as bad as it is, it works. The actual welder welds better with gasless in it than it does. And that's, I know how to tune a welder, so it's got nothing to do with that. Yeah, it's horrid, no matter what you do, no matter how you set it up. Yeah, so it's not that I've got the earth on the wrong side or, you know, whatever in there. It's none of that. It's just doesn't weld nice with gas wire. But we put the gasless wire in, it welds better. It's still not good, but better. It's just, you can't turn it. You have to have it hot, and you have to have it no wire speed. Yeah, so I don't know, there's something wrong, but anyway. So the welds look a little bit ordinary, but anyway, it's in. So we've got that there. So what I think I'll do is around the little tiny, I'm not fully welding it. I think what we may do is we'll just run a little bead of seam sealer around the edge, I think. And then that's done, and the only thing, I've got to put a little piece just there, and then that little vertical, we've got to box that in, because that little slit is all we need for the handbrake. That was an original cutout, so yeah, that's what we've done in there. I think that looks pretty good. Well, I don't know, it's filled the gap well. I haven't cleaned it, wire brushed it or anything yet, so I'll get onto that, but it's filled that gap up pretty nicely, I think. We haven't looked at the console yet, but yeah, so the handbrake is obviously leaning down there. Won't be like that. Won't be like that. Now, so yesterday we did, I did this. I don't know if you can see that. I went down to my mate's house, and he's got a bead roller, and we put that little bead, see that? Yeah, so I've done that on that number plate. And that was for, basically that's the biggest die that we had, that he had. And well, this one is bigger than the one on the bonnet. But yeah, that was just kind of to put a bit of a bead to follow that body line. Now no one likes the number plates. Oh, yeah, well, personally I didn't mind them. But what I've done is, you would have seen I actually made some other pieces as well, and I put the same bead roll on this piece. And as you can see, it sort of matches in. And this is actually quite difficult when we're running real thin rusty metal, and we've got a welder that has to run on hot. So I've actually turned it down to 4. Any less than 4 it will not work at all. Like you get nothing at all. But 4 is way hot for what I'm trying to do. We're talking 1 mil, if that, not even. It's probably 0.6. Probably 0.6, and it's rusty. So yeah, so these are my little, this is this technique I was telling you about. Now normally it will look a lot nicer than this, but with my welder giving me grief. So what we'll do is we'll just touch them off with the, we'll just give them a little touch with the grinder just to take any dags off, and then I'll do some paint technique on there in a minute. So yeah, I've got to do it all along here as well, boom, 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 and then along the front of that. So this is what I've come up with. So that's this is actually, you would have seen in the time lapse, this is off of a bonnet of a Suzuki Swift, and then I've done one of my patina techniques. So there's lots of different techniques of doing patina, but this one here is, if you could zoom in close in there, if we put you in close, see how we are you can see here, you can see through there, how it's textured nearly now. So what that is spray water, and then we dust the colour on. And then we'll spray more water and dust another colour and spray water. And so then when you spray the water, you actually wash bits off, and then the paint won't stick where there's water. And yeah, so you just keep doing that and playing around, and you'll end up with bare metal bits and bits with heaps of colours. And then every now and then you'll actually pick the piece up and bang it on the ground and clear the water off and start again, and just keep playing around doing that. And eventually you'll end up with this rusty ass looking metal. Now, other than the bare metal bits where I've scraped off here, you look at that, hey, it's not bad, is it? Not bad at all. So what we do have to do is, once I've finished doing the stitches, we've got to spray a bit of black paint. So what we'll do is we'll actually spray black paint into a rag, and then we'll wipe it on. We may actually dust a bit on as well, and then smear it. And what it will do is, in all these little edges and around all these stitches, it will get it. We want it to go black and dark. Okay. And yeah, and that's going to be our bonnet, I think. So that's the plan. That's the plan. We don't like setting plans either. We do not like doing plans. So that's the plan. So I'm going to quickly stitch them up. We'll get the paint on it, get it back on the car. I'll come back and show you, and we'll see. That might be a video, that might not. We'll see how much footage that is, but that could be another video because more stuff done. We'll go over, while we're still on, we'll just zip over here because let's have a look. Let's have a look over here. Let's cross some jobs off that we've done. What have we done? What have we and what haven't we done? Remove the fuel tank, we've done that. Install the new fuel tank, we've done that. Fuel lines, we've done that. What else have we done? Bonnet we're doing now. Brake lines, we've only done half of them. The seats out, we've done. Drive slide forward, no brake pedal, we've done. Rear brakes, we've done. Rear shocks, we've done. Them we're not doing. So that's done. I didn't have the floor in there, but here's another job that we're doing now. So we are crossing some stuff off. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Like I've said before, is just knocking bits off. All right, we can get rid of the indicators for the front. The electrical wire is on its way. Fan belt we've got. All right, so let's actually wipe these out. Rear. Hey, we love it when we crossing stuff off the list. We got to be happy with that. All right, so there's some holes in the list, so that's a good start. Anyway, there's our costings. Now, if you are very, very, very clever and paying attention, you will see that I did have $400 written here for wheels and tyres. But then when I went back into our old footage and went and looking through the receipts, these wheels and tyres only owed me $300. Okay, so I think the $400 was when if I was going to run the Beamer wheels, which didn't owe me anything because they were mine. But yeah, these wheels and tyres owe me $300. So anyway, enough of that malarkey. Let's get this done and Aripa.
I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow the line. driving at night, windowless ride, feeling alive. Nothing in sight, forever in flight. Follow those lines, we'll make it this time. Blurry street lights, work as a guide to memories that we're making tonight. Oh yeah, we'll make it tonight. Yeah, I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight, just always staying on the move. I'll go all night if that's just what I gotta do. Life's too short to care about what you can't afford. Memories are in what you explore, so just don't be ignored. Go ask for more, go ask for more. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? I'm in a race that everybody's chasing fast. They wanna be that someone on the screen at last. They ain't looking inside for their needs in life. They wanna be liked by everybody in sight. But trust me, being free ain't spotlights. No, it's long nights and it's long fights with yourself all the time to get your mind right. But if you put in the work, you can find the light, alright. I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight, just always staying on the move. I'll go all night if that's just what I gotta do. Life's too short to care about what you can't afford. Memories are in what you explore, so just don't be ignored. Go ask for more, go ask for more. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing?
We are back. We've got more done. More done, more done. So, there we go. Bonnet. What do we reckon? What do we reckon, people? Can we see it? Very good. Probably not, because that light's probably working against us in there. But there we go. We've gone with what you guys wanted. Not what I wanted, what you wanted, because I wanted the signs. I wanted to do the signs, because to me the signs flowed. Alright? But I did what everyone has been saying. Now that was quite difficult, because as I've said, my welder is hotrod, and we're talking rusty thin metal, so that was a little bit of a challenge to get these little stitches on. But so they're rough looking, but that's the whole point. Is there we go. Now they've been painted black. It's all been painted black and then wiped. So, and then we've just given it a touch of inox. So that's what we've come up with. Now I don't know what you reckon. Drop comments on that. We've got a little bead roll in there, as you can see. Let's see if I can zoom in on there. Yeah, so we've bead rolled down there, that line. The bonnet need to sit down a little bit. It's a little bit protruding. It's not quite lined up. Anyway, we'll fix that in a second. We've still got to make some sort of we've still got to be a bit more of a bend on there. We still probably got to make some sides. I'm not sure yet about the sides, and we need to basically I'm not quite sure. We need to pin this. So I don't know. I might actually just bolt it on. I've seen a couple guys just bolt theirs on. Like have a little. We might put like a little nutsert in or something. I don't know. Who knows what we're going to do? We'll work that out. How we're going to mount that down. Of course, it's got the little hinge lip here, and we can put one there. I think I've got one on the car at the top to do that. But I think we might. I don't know. We'll play it by ear, eh? We need to get this shaped a bit better. Just there. Needs to come forward a bit, but other than that, What do we reckon? Remember, we didn't even have a bonnet a few weeks ago. Now we've got a bonnet. We've done a little rust repair, dodgy as, but that's, well, not dodgy, but this is how we want it to look. So what do we think of that? There you go. There's not a bad angle of it. I'm coming around. I think it looks okay. It's not really the technique I wanted to put on this car. I wanted to use it on a different car, but I think it's all right. It goes with it. Stand back here. It looks pretty cool, eh? Looks pretty cool. Anyway, so that's the bonnet. So we've got a couple of things done this episode. Again, we're kicking goals at the moment, guys. On the interior here, we haven't finished in here yet. We're still working in here, but we've got that. We've got the back piece all stitched in. So happy with that. We've still got to drill some holes through there and through there for the handbrake itself. And then that'll be that mounted. That's about where we're going to put our shifter. So what I'm thinking is a piece of wood is going to go underneath this. So I think we may have to just space the handle up a little bit. I'll just make a couple little packers. We might even just give them a little weld or something. I don't know. We'll work that out. But we'll drill some holes. We might just put some packers to pop that up, 10 mil, and the piece of wood will come. So when this is down, it will nearly be touching this piece of wood. It's just going to go from there to there horizontally on both sides. Is what I'm thinking. We'll have a little cup holder in the front. So I think that will be tomorrow's job. And like I said, in the back gap here, we'll just seam seal along there. Whether I do it inside or outside, I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to do anything else with that. I think that's sort of, we're trying to leave it like that. I think that's good enough. Behind the seats it is. So yeah. Oh yeah, we've just got to fill this little hole tomorrow in there. We'll cut 2 little plates for that, tack that in. Yeah, we'll seam seal that. I'm pretty happy with this. So I think tomorrow we'll finish this, get this handbrake bolted in, and we'll see if we can get this center console done. And when that's done, then we can put the floors back in. We can get those floors done as well. And when the floors are done and that center console's made, then we can put the seats back in. And we're kicking goals at the moment, guys. We're kicking goals, seriously. So anyway, let us know what you reckon of what I've come up with here and here. So back in the day, just to fill you in, back in the day, this would have been a piece of hardwood. Yeah, a big piece of hardwood would have gone through there, and it would have been cut to shape. So yeah, we just changed it to a piece of metal. And I haven't actually welded it to the actual cab. I've welded it to the reinforcing parts, but I actually haven't stitched it to the cab. I did here, but yeah, then you can see outside here. See if I can get you there. See the burn mark there? Right, so that's where I did it. So I wasn't happy to do that by myself. If I'm going to do any little stitches along there, I need someone here with a wet rag to put on the outside so we don't burn all the paint, because I don't like that little burn mark on the outside. I don't want to see that, so I need someone with a wet rag to keep the outside, the paint side, colder, so we don't lose the paint. Yeah, so there we go, guys. That's it's going to be a wrap on this, I think. We got a bit done. See, we're kicking goals. So, I think that's episode 20. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll go and yeah. A reap-up-up. We will see you we'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you next time I'm looking at you. A reaper.